Welcome back to Pickleball Journey. Today we are talking about when to speed up the ball.
My name's Elisha.
And I'm Justin.
Let's get into it.
All right, so getting right into one of the times that you speed up the ball when you're playing is when a ball is attackable. So this will really depend on your level of play. A lot of times we say for maybe beginners to intermediate, you want to attack the ball when it's above the net. So you're looking for that waist-high ball. It's maybe coming to you a little bit slower. You're not really looking to speed up if it's coming to you at a fast pace. Those times you're wanting to block, but a slower ball that's above the net. If you're more of an advanced player, you can maybe look to speed up the ball if it's above your knees. So maybe slightly below the net. But when you're doing this, these are the good players that are adding topspin to the ball, because they've got to actually get it over the net, and then they need the ball to come down because you're expecting that your opponent maybe will hit it or maybe will let it go. So that ball still needs to land in.
And be aware that the more that ball comes up higher on that dink, and it's more easily you're able to attack on it, the more your opponent's going to realize, hey, that might be an attackable ball, so they're going to be ready as well. So don't be too obvious with it. Look like you're dinking it again and then go for the attack, maybe to the weakness. Sometimes I get caught because I attack too much on those high balls, and the opponent's already ready for it because they're like, oh, I realized I hit a bad dink. It's too high, so now they're ultra ready, right?
They're sitting right there.
Sitting right there.
Surprise is also a key component.
Don't do it too often. I see that in 4-0 a ton. I just watched a 4-0 tournament, and there's not enough dinking going on. There's not enough consistent dinking. There's a lot of attacking, so no one's being surprised because everyone's attacking way too often. So our second point for when you're in a good spot to hit a good speed up when you're in a dink battle is based on your position, okay, and your balance. So we want to be in a good position and we want to be in balance. If you don't have those two, maybe it's not a good idea to speed that ball up. So what I mean by this is if I'm having to go and Justin's moving me in a dink battle and I'm kind of off balance a little bit, my weight is shifted to one side and I'm kind of dinking back or lifting, that's probably not a good spot to hit a rise because now he has the middle to go to, or if he goes back at me, I'm not balanced to get my paddle in position, right? In the same way, if it's even a better dink and I'm having to move my feet out of position and my partner has to cover some space and I try to hit an aggressive shot or a rise or a speed up off that dink, now he has the opportunity to hit down the middle or wherever with not even very much power. So two things, make sure in that one point, make sure we're balanced when we're hitting that rise, okay, or that speed up, and then make sure we're also in a good position. Me and my partner are in a good, stable position.
And I'll emphasize too, consider your partner here. If your partner is not in the right position for you to speed up, if he's off the court a little bit, you speed it up. Even if it's a good speed up, they just have to, your opponents just have to get it back in a decent spot. If your partner's out of place, it's going to be tough to win that point.
To piggyback off right what Justin said, that's awesome stuff. I've seen in the tournament, again, you get a player that's going off the court, and then you're literally the only one on the court, and then they try to hit one hard again. It's like, no, you're the only one on the court. Make sure you reset it. We're getting into another dink battle to give our partner time to get back on the court. We can get stable again.
All right, before we get into this next tip, please be sure to hit the like button, and if you like this content, consider subscribing. All right, so this next tip, you want to speed up the ball when you've got faster hands than your opponent. So if you notice you've sped up the ball a couple times, or just in general play, you're thinking, okay, I've got quicker hands than, okay, well, you've always got to be ready for the unexpected. But
Justin's got those quick hands.
I've got quicker hands than Elisha. So I'm going to speed up the ball more often than not because I know when I speed it up, he's gonna get it back, but then I can win a speed up, I can win a battle against him. And so I'm gonna wanna get into those rallies more often than not. All right, so if you haven't tried engaged paddles yet, this Pursuit's pretty awesome. It's got a huge target, so you know exactly.
You guys know how much I like to hit in the middle of that paddle, right here, this
If
target.
you miss the spot, I mean, that's on you. But anyway, we've got a 20% discount for these paddles. Check it out in the description below. I'm always having to hold Elisha out of the kitchen, not just this kitchen, but also the kitchen where they've got curated content for Facebook, YouTube, they've got it all.